Good morning, everyone. It's Bernie Giggins, the Soul Awakener from Inner Child Harmony Coaching, and today it is your April newsletter from Inner Child Harmony Coaching. So first off, we're going to start with the stars for this month. They are fantastic, and I'm going by Yasmin Boland this month. And at the moment we're in a retrograde, and that finishes on the 15th of April, which is a really great time. What Soul does is actually allows us to stop and look back. You know, what baggage have you got, what is on your train, what is on your carriages, whatever it is that don't serve you or support you anymore. And so it gives you time to revisit, rewind, you know, have a look at it, disconnect, you know, dissolve people, partnerships, relationships, all of those sorts of things. And Soul is doing that, and it does it 3 or 4 times a year and gives us time, our mind, to get into it, to be able to release it. If you don't do it, Soul will do it for you, and you won't be very happy with it later on. So just think, who is not serving you, supporting you, what is not serving or supporting you, and be able to disconnect your own self. The second one is April is about getting momentum. What did you start in February and March, even at the beginning of January? What did you want to achieve for April? It is a really good month of getting down, getting the action done, and being able to implement, or, you know, bringing those dreams to fruition. So you'll be able to read that in my newsletter today as well, all different bits and pieces about that, the stars for April, and they are absolutely fantastic. Reminder about the retrograde. Start doing your homework, start doing your research, revisiting. I'm putting on the newsletter 2 book covers so far. My book is coming up, Heal, you know, how to overcome abuse, bullying, burnout and neglect, emotional neglect from your childhood. And you know, everything that starts in your childhood continues all the way through. So if you can understand it and be able to go back, because there is always time, it's never too late. And I would really love feedback on what you think of those books as well. Another one I'm asking feedback is, what do you like already about my newsletter? Is it, you know, do you like, just tell me what you like about it. And the other part, what would you like added into the newsletter? What would you like to read more about? What would you like to learn more about? All of those sorts of words. I really want to serve you as much as I can possibly do. Heart and Soul course, 5-week course, is coming up very soon, and that is on the 16th of April that I'll be starting, and it's about 5 weeks. You can either do it per week, so I give you at the beginning of the week what you need to do for the 7 days, or you can go into Facebook, however you choose, but it becomes into a little community. In there is also included 2 half-hour calls, you know, assessment calls to me, from me, in that heart to soul. It's being able to really connect to your soul, find your voice, find your passion, find your purpose, all of those sorts of things, pull you back onto track. And it's perfect, especially after the retrograde finishes. It finishes on the 15th, and we begin this on the 16th, which is actually a new moon. New moon is all about, what do I want to put in for the next month? You know, it all goes in cycles of the moon. And I'm also putting together as well the self-compassion class. I'm just having a little bit of trouble at the moment with a few things, but it will be down, and I will put that back into the newsletter as well. Hopefully you are looking at my Facebook page if you're on Facebook, Inner Child Harmony Coaching. The biggest thing that I've found with healing, self-healing and things like that, is all about self-confession. And self-confession is you admit to your own self, your faults, your defaults, all the things that you all of a sudden go back into, that you're looking at the wrong person, you are convincing the wrong person, all of those sorts of things, or you go back into depression, you know, or you're going really, really well, and then all of a sudden something will, you'll sabotage yourself, you will, you pull yourself down, you'll stop, you'll turn back, you'll go back into the old ways, you'll spiral down, anything else like that. That's your self-sabotage. But if you can find your faults, I call them defaults. It's like a, you know, the phone goes into default pattern, the computer goes into default, it goes back into the factory factory settings, and it's being able to, where do I do this? If you can, as soon as you're aware of it, it's got no control over you. That's the best part. But if you're not aware of it, it's running in the background, subconsciously, unconsciously in the background. What are your results in your life? When you can see the results and they're not really what you asked for, then you go back into your mind, into your past, into your into the memories, because those memories are still alive. Those memories still are controlling you from the past. I see it like little air bubbles, that the whole conversation is still there. The conversation that never got spoken, the conversation that was never heard by the other person, you're holding on to it, and it looks like you've got your hands shut. And when you have your hands shut, how can the universe hand you even more beautiful energy? Your soul wants you to experience this life in all the abundance that it has. And if you can't, if you've got your hands closed, if you're holding on to all the emotions that don't belong to you, how can you be open for more? So it comes to self-confession. Write down your defaults. Write down, you know, admit to yourself, yes, I am this. Yes, I am that. Own it. And when you own it, your own self, nobody can have any power over you. So I've pulled a card. This is what I don't normally do this. I do this on a Friday in my Facebook page at 7:30 a.m. So today I'm going to do a rune for you. This is absolutely very powerful. This here is called Manaz, and Manaz is the self. The starting point is the self. It's the essence of water. Only clarity, willingness to change is effective now. A correct relationship to yourself is primary for flow. It flows possible right relationships with others and with the divine. So when you can understand your own self, when you can value yourself, when you can own all parts of yourself, the relationship then is a mirror to the outside, and watch magic happen. This is a time of major growth and rectification, and as a rule, rectification must come before progress. Same thing with that retrograde that we have. The field is tilled before the seed is planted. The garden is weeded before the flower blooms. And the self must know stillness before it can discover its true song. Now, it's not a time to seek credit for accomplishments or to focus on results. Instead, be content to do your task for the task's own sake. Herein lies the secret of experience, a true present. Nothing in excess was the second phrase written over the gateway to the temple at Delphi. The first counsel was to know thyself. With these words, the alphabet of the runes begin. So there you go. There's a beautiful Manaz for you today. And an oil that I have been using quite a bit lately is called geranium. This geranium actually helps you if you're in depression. It helps you release any of the emotions that are stuck inside. That if you've been bullied, if you've suffered burnout, all of those types of words, it actually gets stuck inside your body and it can't release. All of these beautiful essential oils by Young Living Oils actually help the body release it out. The body doesn't have to do anything. The mind doesn't want to release it. But when you put the oils, smell them, breathe them, touch them on you, diffuse them. You know, you can even put them in food, put them in capsules, so many beautiful things. And it is just supporting your beautiful body to release all of this and letting it go. So that's all I've got for you today. So I've done the stars, I've given you my book and the feedback, asking for feedback about this newsletter. And my 2 courses coming up, self-confession time and your beautiful rune for today, and your oil for today, geranium, and your rune is that Manaz. So looking forward to any feedback. I'm Bernie Giggins from Inner Child Harmony Coaching, and looking forward to working with you and serving you and your soul even more in the future. Thank you for now.